Hello my dreamers, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if you're new. We're so happy to have you here. So today we are going to be working on July's color along. I'm so excited for this one. I've been looking forward to this one all year. So as you can see, we are going to be working in Hannah Lynn's most recent book, Fierce and Fantasy Faces. So this is a book of line art and grayscale. So basically for each page she has a line art version, and then right behind it she has a grayscale version. They are absolutely gorgeous. They're so whimsical. This book does come in the full-size version as well as a pocket-size version. I'm going to be coloring in the pocket-size version. So I did put a poll up at the end of June for you guys to all vote on which page we were going to do, and the one that won was Lotus. And I am so excited for this. I was actually rooting for Cafe Cutie because she's probably one of my favorites in the book. Lotus is definitely up there in my favorites as well though, and I have a little bit of a vision for her and I'm kind of excited. So we are going to be coloring the grayscale version of her, so this will kind of double as a grayscale tutorial, but I will probably still do a separate actual focused grayscale tutorial and not so much color along in the future if I can ever find the time. It's on my list of a million things that just grows longer. Yeah, it's a battle. I don't know if there's really much else I need to say. I don't know if I've ever colored Hannah's grayscale pages before. I don't color grayscale very often. I think I've maybe colored like 2 or 3 grayscale pages ever, so I'm definitely not going to claim to be a professional at it, but we're going to work at it and see how it goes. Yeah, let's go ahead and flip to the page we're going to be coloring. There's so many cute pages in this book. This is the one we're going to be coloring. So I'm not too sure color-wise for her. I think I want to keep it kind of moody. I want it to be kind of glowing. So we've got this gorgeous lotus here. I want to make it look like it's glowing, which is one kind of bad thing about grayscale, because Hannah has this really dark kind of glow. Not so much a glow because it's dark, but this dark glow around the lotus. So making it look like it's glowing is going to be a little bit of a challenge, but I think we can do it, hopefully. We'll figure it out. Anyways, so the lotus is going to be pink. The lily pads are going to be green. We'll have some blue toned water here. We're going to have green and brown cattails in the back. I want her hair to be really dark, so I think we're going to go with purple hair. And you kind of have 2 color choices in purple. You have like a redder toned purple or a blue toned purple. We're going to go blue toned. I want to keep it nice and dark, so this is the one that I picked. I am going to throw in some neon pink in there, just to kind of complement the lotus, because that's going to be a bright pink, so I want to add some pink highlights in her hair so it doesn't look super flat, and then it kind of balances out the page. We've got pink at the top and the bottom. Not too sure about makeup colors. I'm thinking maybe green to match the lily pads at the bottom. Yeah, that's about all I've figured out. I think it'll have to be a like night scene, or at least somewhat darker, maybe like a gradient from like lighter sky into darker sky, but I'm not sure because then her hair might blend in too much if we go too dark. So we'll have to work on the background a little bit later and kind of go from there. But that is my general plan of attack for now. And I always like to let you guys know so you can see how much it changes or stays the same. It usually always changes though. Yeah, I think that's it. Let's get ready and dive on in. Alright, so I think I'm all set now. So I've got a couple pieces of paper in behind her. I just kind of folded them in half and tucked them in behind since this is the pocket-sized version. If you're using the full-size version, just use a couple sheets of full-size paper. I have a butterfly clip at the top here to kind of keep the page in place. And then I was hoping that it would kind of weight it down a little bit, but it's very close to the back. So unfortunately, I might have to weight it down with something anyways, because it doesn't seem like it wants to lay flat. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is we're just going to, I'm wondering if we should base it with the neon pink, or with the lavender. The neon pink would give it more of a pink look. Let's do that. So I'm just gonna go through and just lightly color over her hair. This part is gonna be chopstick and this part is chopstick, and then kind of same over here. I love these space buns. Definitely one of my favorite hairstyles. It's so cute. I need to learn how to do that, but I think my hair might be too long and maybe too heavy. I have a hard time doing anything with my hair. It's beautiful. It's long and thick and beautiful. I'll give it that much, but it also is not very tamed. That's for sure. It's wild. It doesn't like doing anything except for ponytail. So that's usually my go-to. I even have a hard time curling it, but I can wave it. Waving seems to work, but curls don't hold. I'm gonna see if I can clip this kind of more towards the bottom so it's not gonna be constantly in my way. See, already that gives us so much dimension because we have the grayscale to kind of work off of. Let's go in with our darkest color now, which is the black grape. So basically I use the grayscale as a guide. So where it's darker is generally going to be darker. Now, this isn't always the case because like I was saying, I would love to have this glowing and it looks like it's supposed to. So usually grayscale is put in the shadows, which doesn't really make sense for this. I don't know why Hannah has this dark bit over the Lotus because it appears like it's glowing, so this shouldn't be dark as far as I'm concerned. That's kind of my opinion. I'm actually just going to quickly look up a couple references to see if anybody else did this glowing on the grayscale bit and see how it looked, because if I can't make it look like it's glowing, then we might have to kind of change our plan for this page. Yeah, a lot of people have tried to make it look like it's glowing, and I mean, it doesn't look bad, but it looks muddy because you're trying to put yellow. Obviously, most people would make this glow yellow. You're trying to put that over this dark grayscale, and it just kind of muddies it. So that's really unfortunate that she did that. We're still going to try, though. I think worst case scenario is I might have to kind of go over this with white and do like, I guess like more of like a white glow than a yellow glow. I don't know, we'll figure it out, but I want to do this glowing because I think it'll be neat because we'll have kind of glowing highlights on her skin, her cheeks, right like the top of her eyebrows. Some of the shade, like the one bad thing about grayscale is like Hannah's put shading in some places that I maybe wouldn't have. So it kind of forces you to use their shadows. But I mean, that's just one of the small drawbacks. And there's definitely more pros because if you're not good at placing shadows, then a lot of this is really good for you. It's a good guide. Okay, so let's start on this space bun. We're going to go in with the black grape. So I am just going to go in on the bottoms and just bring this up a little ways. I always have a really bad habit of going too dark, so I'm going to try to avoid doing that. I absolutely adore this page. I can't wait to see how this turns out. Just going to bring this out a little bit in places, mostly along some of these darker kind of hairlines here. So pretty. All right, and we're just going to continue doing that. Her eyelashes on this one too are absolutely gorgeous. I do love that. They're very different than what she usually does. And I actually really appreciate that look. They're very slender. Which I think is very suiting for this lady. So even just that little bit of adding this color over the grayscale is already adding quite a lot of depth to the page as well. Hopefully the lighting's okay. It's a little bit overcast today. I debated bringing my ring light out, but it looks decent on camera for now. So there's two different kind of like styles of coloring hair that I like to do. So this kind of like more cartoony where it is more like solid colors fading into others. There's not really much added depth. It's basically just basic coloring of the page, I guess. It sounds lazy and less impressive than it is. It's a little bit more than that, but the other is like actually adding in hair strands, which is, for me, not so much realistic because I don't go all out to make it realistic. It's more like cartoon realism almost. It's more on the realistic side. It adds a little bit of extra depth. It looks nice, a little bit of extra work. I'm not quite sure which route I want to go with her. I think I'm leaning towards adding some hair strands though. It always looks really good. It's usually worth the extra work, and she is such a beautiful page. I think she deserves that little bit of extra attention. Just going to add a little bit of extra shadow to some of these. Okay, we are going to add those strokes that I was talking about. So we're just going to start from the shadows and we're just going to lightly flick upwards. Once you kind of get the hang of it, you can start deepening your flicks. So I'm gonna press a little bit firmer, and then I'm gonna lift the pressure up as I go up. Lift the pressure off as I go up, sorry. Look at the difference in that. Just with a couple little flicking motions. Look what that does. It just upgrades it to like a whole new level. And hairstyles like this, I think it definitely calls for it. Like ones like Arabella, for example, I probably wouldn't do this because she's got so many curls. I mean, you could. The braid especially would look good. It'd be a lot of extra work though. Maybe I'm just lazy. I probably wouldn't do it on a hairstyle like hers. But I don't know, ones like this where you have like shorter sections to work with, I really like doing this. So freaking pretty. Oh, I'm just like 10 times more excited for this page. All right, I'm glad you guys are forcing me to color this. You guys always pick the ones I'm hesitant on. I mean, I can't fully blame you because I always put the ones I'm hesitant on in the rosters, just hoping that you guys will pick it and make me color them, but you guys never fail. You always pick the ones that I'm like, really like, but am too scared to jump into. All right. Okay, next up we have the violet. So really sharp point with this one as well, and I'm just gonna bring this in with flicking motions as well. I'm just gonna lightly go in. I'm not gonna go too heavy-handed. Covering a little bit more area at the bottoms. Kind of hurts the wrist though. Well, really my whole arm. My arm is burning a little bit. Constantly rotating my pencil just to kind of keep a sharper edge. Okay, Parma Violet is next. I'm going to put a sharp point on this one as well. I'm not sure how much of this I want in here. Oh, and it broke. I don't know if it's my pencils or if I need a new pencil sharpener, but a lot of them seem to be breaking lately. Hopefully that holds. Same thing, I'm just going to start at the bottom and I'm just going to bring this up in flicking motions. Okay, this is giving us a little bit of a contrast, which is nice, but it also, I don't know if it's the same for everybody, but mine is a very soft pencil. So even though I have like a really sharp point, it's giving me a lot of coverage and it's going to dull really quick. So I'm just going to add a few lines here and there. I'm not going to go too crazy with this one. And there it goes again. Oh my goodness. Okay, that's good with that one. Let's move on with the lavender, and judging by the little nub that I have here, this one has been breaking as well. So we'll see how our luck is with it. Oh yeah, it's already broke. Oh, and it's stuck in there. Oh, there we go, I got it out. Come on. Yeah, I don't know if it's my sharpener or my pencils. I mean, these are my old pencils, I think. So it is a pretty high chance that it is the pencils, but I don't know. All right, let's come in with the lavender. Oh my gosh, let's not. I'm gonna go through this whole pencil just in this part alone. All right, used my makeup sharpener instead. We'll see if this holds. So with the lavender, I'm gonna go from top to bottom of the strands. Kind of using more defined movements, but I still don't want to color all of it in. I want to leave some areas for the pink to poke through. All right, and then just because I don't know how this is going to go, let's go in with the neon pink just kind of lightly. And we're going to add, ooh, that's pretty. We're going to add some strands of this in as well. Kind of same as I did with the lavender. I'm just going to go kind of top to bottom here, just randomly. Wow. All right, I am loving this. So I'll normally go in with a blender pencil and kind of blend the colors together. I am not sure if I want to do that in this case, so I'm just going to pick a small section and then I'm going to try and see what happens. So just hang tight and let's see. Okay, yeah, I like that. So we are going to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to go diagonal because then it's going to spread the colors and smear them this way. We want to keep these nice strands, so we want to actually go with the strands. So I'm going to, for the most part, work section by section. And I'm just going to go in along the direction of the strands and work on blending this. So clean my pencil off a little bit here before going into this fringe. Oops. so now I imagine that this is pretty much burnished, but I do want to just go through and just bring out a couple of these darker bits. So I'm just going to re-add some of these strands coming out from the black grape here. I think that's better, maybe a couple here. There we go. That's her hair done. I think I might have forgotten about this little part here, so I'm just gonna put a little bit of the neon pink there and then just blend that out. That should be good. Should we make her lips match her hair? Let's think here. So I'm kind of thinking is blue, green, pink, green, brown, probably brown. I'm thinking green for her eye makeup. I think that'll contrast well with the purple. I don't think I would want her lips pink. I think let's go ahead and make them purple. Especially while we have the colors out. So let's first we'll go in with the lavender. Do a nice base with that. And then let's go ahead and grab the black grape and just kind of using Hannah's grayscale as a guide, I'm going to bring the black grape around the shadows. And I'm going to fade it out. Let's go in with the violets. So just over top of the shadows and bringing it out just a little bit. I think I'm going to skip the Parma Violet. Let's just go straight in with the lavender. I'm going to put that in over top of the shadows and bring it out and kind of fade it out. We are going to put a little bit of the pink, but we don't need a whole lot for this. And then for neon pink, I'm going to put a little bit on the bottom here and a little bit on the top. And then I think I'm also going to use my blender pencil for this, but I'm going to sharpen it and clean off the tip. Okay, starting in the highlight area, let's blend around. And I'm going to And then back in with the neon pink just a little bit. Super pretty. Plus, with having her lips colored in this too, this is going to make a wicked thumbnail for part 1. And I'll also have to snap a teaser pic for my moons and rainbows. Give them a little bit of an update, but I think this is a good place to leave it for part 1. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. I can't wait to continue along with this. So in the next part, we will either be coloring her skin or we'll kind of be coloring the background a little bit. I'm leaning towards skin, but I'm not too sure. Just because her skin scares me, I kind of want to get it out of the way. That way, if I mess up, we can just pick a different page and start over. No, I think it'll be fine. But yeah, that's it for part 1. I hope you guys are enjoying so far. If you did enjoy this video, I would really appreciate it if you would give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing if you're not already. We would love to have you join the channel. That's it. I hope to see you guys in part 2. As always, take care and hopefully I'll see you next time. Bye!